Sushi. The word alone conjures up images of pristine cuts of raw salmon, glistening tuna, and delicate rolls placed carefully on ceramic plates. But what if I told you that sushi doesn't always mean raw fish? That's right, despite the common belief, especially outside of Japan, that sushi is all about raw seafood, the real story behind this iconic dish is far richer, more nuanced, and more surprising than most people realize. In fact, the very origin of sushi has little to do with fish in the way we think of it today. It's a story rooted in fermentation, preservation, and centuries of cultural evolution. So sit back, because in the next few minutes, we're going on a journey through time, tradition, and taste to uncover the truth about sushi. Let's rewind time. Way back to the 2nd century AD in Southeast Asia, long before sushi bars, soy sauce packets, or Instagram-worthy sushi platters. In those days, people needed a way to preserve fish. Without refrigeration, they turned to fermentation. They discovered that if they packed cleaned fish between layers of rice and left it to ferment, the rice would sour and preserve the fish for months. This method was called narazushi, and it was the earliest form of sushi. But here's the twist. The rice wasn't eaten. After fermentation, it was thrown away. Only the preserved fish was consumed. Hard to imagine today, right? But that was sushi's first form, a clever method of food preservation, not a culinary delicacy. Over the centuries, narazushi evolved. By the 14th century in Japan, people started to eat the rice along with the fish. They began shortening the fermentation time, too, favoring flavor over long-term preservation. This new style became known as namarazushi, where both fish and rice were eaten together, slightly fermented but much fresher. Still no raw fish as we know it today. It wasn't until the Edo period, the 17th to 19th century, that sushi started to look like what we recognize now. This was the age of hayazushi, or fast sushi. No fermentation, just fresh fish, cooked or raw, placed over vinegared rice. It was a revelation, a revolution, and most importantly, it was convenient. People could grab it quickly. It became the world's first form of fast food. That's right. Sushi was once the street food of Tokyo. Let's fast forward to the 1800s. In bustling Edo, what we now call Tokyo, a chef named Hanaya Yohei created something groundbreaking. He molded small balls of vinegared rice and topped them with slices of fresh fish. No fermentation, no waiting, just fresh, flavorful, immediate. And thus, nigiri sushi was born, the iconic image that many associate with sushi today. But not all the toppings were raw. In fact, many were cooked or cured. Shrimp was boiled. Eel was grilled and glazed. Tuna was marinated in soy sauce. Even octopus was simmered to make it tender. You see, raw fish was just one option among many. The emphasis was never on rawness. It was on balance, flavor, texture, temperature, and the interplay of rice and topping. Sushi was about harmony. Fast forward again, this time to the mid-20th century. After World War II, Japanese cuisine began to spread globally. Sushi in particular captured imaginations. But there was a problem. Raw fish wasn't exactly popular in the West. So chefs adapted. In the United States, the California roll was born, a type of makizushi, or rolled sushi. It used imitation crab, avocado, and cucumber with rice on the outside. No raw fish at all, and people loved it. This new wave of sushi embraced cooked seafood, vegetables, and even fruits. In Canada, we saw rolls with smoked salmon and cream cheese. In Brazil, sushi was fused with tropical flavors like mango and passion fruit. In fact, outside of Japan, most sushi isn't raw, and most of it isn't even traditional. But does that make it any less authentic? That depends on how you define authenticity. Let's stop and ask, what does the word sushi actually mean? Surprisingly, it has nothing to do with fish. Sushi refers to vinegared rice, su meaning vinegar, and shi, a variation of meshi, meaning rice. So technically, as long as there's vinegared rice, it's sushi. regardless of what's on top. It can be raw tuna, grilled eggplant, tamago, sweet omelet, tofu skin, cooked shrimp, or even fried chicken. Yes, there are even sushi restaurants that serve spicy chicken rolls or beef tataki on rice. And guess what? It's still sushi. This versatility is part of what makes sushi so beloved around the world. Vegetarian? No problem. Try kappa maki, cucumber rolls, avocado rolls, oshinko rolls, pickled radish, or inari sushi, rice tucked into sweet tofu pouches. Vegan? Same thing. Sushi can be beautifully plant-based. Don't eat raw seafood? There's a whole world of cooked sushi. Unagi, grilled eel, ebi, boiled shrimp, tamago, egg, tempura rolls, or even aburi sushi, where the fish is lightly torched on top for a smoky flavor. Sushi isn't a strict formula, it's a framework, a delicious, adaptable canvas. So where did the myth come from? That sushi means raw fish? Mostly from Western media and first impressions. When sushi first arrived in the US and Europe, it was exotic, mysterious, and the raw element got all the attention. That shock factor was part of the appeal. The idea stuck, reinforced by movies, TV shows, and pop culture. And even today, many people who say, "I don't like sushi," usually mean, "I don't like raw fish." But if only they knew, sushi could be whatever you make of it. You can enjoy it raw, grilled, boiled, or vegetarian. You can eat it at a high-end omakase or grab it at the supermarket. You can have it with soy sauce, ponzu, or just a squeeze of lemon. You can roll it, wrap it, press it, or serve it in a bowl. Like chirashi sushi. Sushi is more than a dish. It's an idea, a fusion of technique, tradition, and creativity. So, the next time someone tells you sushi means raw fish, you'll know the truth. Sushi is about the rice, sushi is about balance, sushi is about innovation, rooted in centuries of tradition. And yes, sushi can be raw, but it can also be so much more. It can be sweet, savory, spicy, vegan, cooked, rolled, pressed, bold, simple. It's a dish that travels across cultures, adapts to new tastes, and still holds on to its soul. So go ahead, try that tempura roll, order the inari, share the cucumber maki with a friend. And remember, you're still eating sushi. Thanks for watching. And if you learned something new today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more food stories from around the world. Because here at the Foodie Diaries, every dish has a story.